Alright, here we go. This is Tristan and Bonz in this next match. We're going from Tristan's perspective first. Or should we go from Bonz? Let's go from Bonz's perspective. He's got a bit more of an interesting deck. The duel between Bonz and Tristan. It's a bit of a hard one to call because both decks. Tristan does have a couple of harder hitting monsters. However, Bonz's deck has a little bit more in the terms of trap and spell card strategy. The duel could really go either way, but what we could be in for as well, because both duelists don't have massive attacking options, we could see potentially very, very short duels. And on the flip side to that, we could see very, very quick ones. If one of them gets their strong monster to the field immediately and the other one doesn't, we could see a complete whitewash. So, two duelists who we didn't really think would really cause any, excitement, but Tristan and Bonz's deck, they have been competitive enough that they have both won, haven't? No, I don't think Bonz has won a game yet. I could be wrong. I would have to pull my season bracket up, but I can't do that while I've got this screen up. Alright, Keto, the Cura Master, is played by Tristan. Bonz just went with a face down defense, and Tristan too opting for a defense on his first turn. Now Bonz does have Tribute to the Doomed. That is a very good card. He can discard one card, then basically destroy one of Tristan's cards, and he's gone for it early. He gets rid of Wood Remains, and he destroys that face down, which was, Prevent Rat as well. It's a good defensive card. And Bonz, has elected to get Crawling Dragon onto the field. It is a 5-star and it does require a tribute, so sometimes it is good to get that low attack point 5-star monster out of your hand early so it doesn't clog your hand up later in the duel. So if Crawling Dragon does get destroyed, Bonz still has Dragon Zombie that he can summon. If he went with Dragon Zombie and Tristan played a Dark Hole, then Bonz suddenly only has Crawling Dragon in his hand and he can't summon it without a tribute. That's how duelists, or that's how these sort of decks can get themselves into trouble. There's a reinforcements from Bonz as well. He's played Dragon Zombie, so he's got Crawling Dragon and Dragon Zombie both onto the field. Both of these monsters played their part in Bonz and Joey's duel, dueling Duelist Kingdom, and Blocker is destroyed. That was another good defensive card that Tristan has now lost. And there goes 1,600 points. Tristan is down to 5,800 and he is on the ropes early on. Bonz still at 8,000, he's in a comfortable position. And face down from Tristan. And Monster Reborn, good card. Tristan can bring back Prevent Rat, so he can now guard against Bonz. Bonz does have a reinforcements. He will have to wait a turn to be able to activate it as a trap card. No, Tristan's gone for a tribute and gone with another face down defense. So what would that be? What card does he have? Gadget Soldier, I think? I think he might have Gadget Soldier. Oh no, it's Millennium Shield. 3,000 defense. And that's going to be very, very tough for Bonz to get through an attack. In fact, I don't think Bonz has enough in his deck to actually get through a 3,000 defense, because a lot of the zombie monsters aren't that strong. I think his strongest monster might actually be Patrician of Darkness. And even with reinforcements and Violet Crystal, even Patrician of Darkness wouldn't be able to get through a 3,000 defense. So Bonz is probably going to have to use a Dark Hole or a Fissure, which he does have, but he does also have to draw it. In the meantime, Bonz is just content to sit and accumulate cards in his hand. And this is what I meant earlier. This duel could potentially go for a very long time, because both duelists, if they get into a stalemate like this, it's kind of like that Mokuba and Panic match where they almost ran out of cards. Bonz now has Call of the Haunted as well. So that Mokuba and Panic match had a similar sort of thing where they stalemated for so long. There's Fiend's Sword. That's... block attack. Block attack will send Dragon Zombie to defense mode, and Fiend Sword will be able to destroy it from here. The Bonz has lost his Dragon Zombie. Tristan will flush 200 points currently if Crawling Dragon attacks. 200 points to get that Dragon Zombie off the field. It's not a bad trade. And there we go, 200 points of damage to Tristan. Now, Bonz has Clown Zombie as well. That was another one of those cards which he used in the anime. Clown Zombie, Clown Zombie, Dragon Zombie, and he had Armored Zombie as well, which was Zanky after it got destroyed. And there we go, Clown Zombie is played. It's a 1350, 0 defense. Okay, Tristan has elected to activate Trap Hole, which is surprising, but it does keep another attacking monster off of Bonz's field. And okay, M Warrior is destroyed. And we're looking at what could be quite a long match. Neither player is able to make the breakthrough. Tristan's got that Millennium Shield. And Bonz, basically, he doesn't really have anything strong to attack with, but Tristan doesn't have anything to attack him back, because 1600 is not really all that strong. But both players have completely stalemated here, and we could be in for a long match. Millennium Shield, why did I add that to Tristan's deck? I added that to Tristan's deck to have that little bit of a nod towards Rebecca. What was her last name? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. What was it? Alright, Robin Goblin is activated from Bonz. Oh, Tristan's played Ninkendog. Oh, I didn't see that. That'll be able to destroy Crawling Dragon, and Bonz might be in a bit of trouble because Ninkendog will go through all of his defenses. Was it Professor Archer? No, Arthur. Arthur was his name. Oh, that's going to drive me nuts. And anyone else who's got it on the tip of their tongue as well, it's going to drive them nuts too. It was Grandpa Modo, Solomon Modo's friend, the archaeologist that he got buried with during that episode. Hawkins, Rebecca Hawkins, Professor Arthur Hawkins, that's who it was. There we go, brain just clicked. Yeah, that's why I added Millennium Shield to Tristan, to sort of have that nod towards Rebecca Hawkins as well, because she used Millennium Shield along with a Ring of Magnetism before summoning her Shadow. Oh, there's Dark Hole. Bonz has drawn that at a terrific time. That's going to destroy Ninkendog. Millennium Shield. Ah, Magic Jammer. Oh no, with Magic Jammer off the field, so Magic Jammer getting that Dark Hole off the field. Oh, Bonz only has Fissure, which I think is the only thing that's going to be able to destroy that Millennium Shield. But Tristan with Ninkendog, Bonz hasn't got anything else to be able to defend against an 1800 attack, so Bonz might have this one, if he plays right. He keeps getting Bonz's zombies off the field, and Bonz, even if he draws something strong, he won't be able to get it because he's got no monster to tribute. And there is Monster Reborn as well. Now, in a couple of days, I'm actually going to do a Duelist of the Roses and a Forbidden Memories playthrough. I've mentioned them quite a few times on the channel, and for those who haven't played those two games, I'll do a video on them within the next couple of days, just as like a added special. And then you'll be able to see what I mean when I talk about those two games being very different from traditional Yu-Gi-Oh! Anyway, Bonz has gone and activated Call of the Haunted. He's got Dragon Zombie back out of the graveyard. And he's just played Reinforcement, so he will be able to destroy Ninkendog here, and that will at least stem the flow of attacks coming from Tristan, so Bonz will be able to defend a little bit more. And Tristan himself has also just played a Reinforcements. Everything going wrong for Bonz right now. He's just lost his Dragon Zombie, and now he's got no monsters left on the field. He does have Monster Reborn, but he's elected not to play it. He could Monster Reborn and get a Prevent Rat or something like that, but in fact, that may have actually been a mistake from Bonz, because he is going to take some life point damage. Alright, there is remove Robin Goblin's done anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. But Bonz probably... he may have even been hoping that Tristan would tribute the Millennium Shield. But he's got no choice now, he'll have to use Monster Reborn. Sometimes when you want to go on a big attack, you do throw your defense away. But that's not going to matter from here. Alright, there's Monster Reborn. And there is Prevent Rat. There is also Gadget Soldier. It's a 2000 defense, but it's also got 1800 attack. So Bonz was probably hoping that Tristan would tribute the Millennium Shield for one of his stronger attack monsters, because he thought he had it, then he would use Monster Reborn and Millennium Shield, but that isn't what happened. Bonz took a bit of damage on the risk. He has got Skull Lair now, so that is... so it's a bit of a tough one to explain, but what you do is you can release a certain amount of monsters from your graveyard to correspond with the level of a monster that's on the field, and then you can destroy that target. So there you go, five monsters were released from Bonz's graveyard, and he can now destroy the Millennium Shield. It is a bit of a it can sometimes be a bit of a trick card. You sometimes read that as like release when it corresponds to the level, so some players will add like a 4-star monster and a 3-star monster and think it's 7 stars and then try and destroy a 7-star monster, but no, it's total monsters from the graveyard with Skull Lair. Skull Lair is one of the first cards I ever pulled from a booster pack. I still have that card too. And to be honest, it's actually not a bad card. Alright. Bonz has pulled Pumpkin the King of Ghosts, but again, he can't really do anything with it. So he's content just to lay. Just to lay a few cards. Oh, damn. Tristan has just played Fissure. And there is a stop defense as well. So it does appear that we are going to see... Now he's activated Skull Lair, but that's not going to work. Oh, is that right? Oh, you can't actually... Bonz has gone to activate Skull Lair thinking there might have been another monster in his graveyard. But he can't go back, and he can't pick an invalid number. So the game is actually forcing Bonz to destroy his own Fiend's hand. Oh, dang. Okay. That is the thing about digital Yu-Gi-Oh games, is that once you activate the card, you can't take it back. So what are we going to do here, Tristan? Are we going to end him, or are we going to... We're going to let Bonz have another turn, okay, because he would have survived on life points, only just, but... Wait, would he? 1100, 6. Fiend's hand is 600. Bonz would have actually taken 1200 damage, so he would have actually lost either way. But even in the end, it still doesn't matter. Bonz is cooked. Even if Tristan has given him a free turn. So that Skull Lair card, that is actually quite a... You have to know exactly how many monsters are in your graveyard if you want to play it in these digital games, because Bonz played it and he couldn't take it back. But either way, it wouldn't have mattered. Lava Battle Guard has been played as well, but Garuzzi's will knock out the rest of Bonz's points. It was a long match, 34 turns. It was a 34 turn match, but it didn't have the same kind of zest to it as what that Panic and Mokuba game did. Still, interesting first match though. They went for 34 turns, and it was either player's game. And let's not forget, Tristan had Magic Jammer on the field when Bonz went for that Dark Hole, which was very lucky, because if he lost all those monsters, we probably would have been seeing Bonz as the winner of that match. Flamvel Gunica. There's quite a lot of those Flamvel cards. I will have to make a deck out of them, and then add that to the deck of 1,000. The tournament of 1,000 decks, which is like my biggest Yu-Gi-Oh dream. Have a big knockout tournament with like 1,000 different decks. Take a ungodly amount of time to do, but I will attempt that one day. Anyway, we're setting up for the second match now. Tristan, he's drawn an okay hand. Kanan the Swords Mistress, Prevent Rats there, blocker as well. Reinforcements like before too. And there's Science Soldier, that's a bit of a throwaway monster. Down goes Kanan the Sword Mistress, and Tristan also plays down Reinforcements. So Kanan the Swords Mistress will be able to get to 1900. Down goes Fire Reaper. And Bonz takes his draw, and he plays Ghoul with an Appetite, 1600. Bonz doesn't know though that... Oh, Sword of Dark Destruction. That'll give Ghoul with an Appetite an extra 400 points, and now Reinforcements won't be able to save Kanan the Swords Mistress. Now it is 2000 attack, so Tristan can block with a Prevent Rat. But he would have been hoping that Bonz would have attacked with a weaker monster and been able to spring that Reinforcements. That would have given him a massive advantage. But good, it was a good draw from Bonz to have Ghoul with an Appetite and Sword of Dark Destruction. Alright, Bonz with a face down defense, Tristan with Prevent Rat. So he will be safe for at least this turn. Ghoul with an Appetite does attack, but they cancel each other out. Now Tristan has Fiend's Sword in his hand as well. He's also got Gadget Soldier. Oh, and there's Castle Walls. Now what Tristan can do, yes, he can play Gadget Soldier and then activate Reinforcements to get past that Ghoul with an Appetite, which is what Tristan does. Gadget Soldier gets to 2300. And there goes Ghoul with an Appetite. So we are seeing... The good thing about Tristan and Bonz is that we are seeing very close matches. So it's not one-sided in any way, shape or form. Although as Tristan has won the first duel, Bonz will need to win 2 in a row. Oh, there's Dark Hole. Bonz lost a Bone Mouse, which is only a 400. And down goes Magical Ghost, which is going to do 1300 points of damage. Tristan does have Fiend's Sword, so he will be able to defeat Magical Ghost easily enough. Ooh, there's Sengenjin from Tristan. It's a 2750. It is the strongest card in his deck. And Tristan elects to go for blocker rather than attack the Magical Ghost. He does see Bonz with a face down spell or trap. It could be a Reinforcements, it could be a Trap Hole. So he's elected to go defensive and will probably play Fiend's Sword on the next turn. Magical Ghost goes for an attack, and that'll be a 500 point loss to Bonz. And there's Garuzzi's. It looks like that is what Tristan is going for here. He'll go for Fiend's Sword and he'll go to knock out that magical ghost. And okay, so it's not a reinforcements at least. We don't know what that face down card is right now. But now the advantage is with Tristan. He's got a 1400 attack on the field and an 1800 defense. And Bonz goes with another face down. Now Tristan... Oh, there we go. It's Call of the Haunted that was face down. Ghoul with an Appetite will come back. I was just about to say Tristan could tribute both of those monsters and summon Sengenjin, but then he runs the risk of Trap Hole. But it was indeed a Call of the Haunted, and Bonz has got rid of Fiend's Sword. Now Tristan can get Garuzis to the field. Garuzis is a beast warrior, so he won't be able to use Legendary Sword on it, because Legendary Sword is only for warrior monsters. But Garuzis has been brought to the field, and 1800 that will be able to destroy Ghoul with an Appetite. But both players losing life points sporadically, and not in large amounts either. There's 1,000 points difference between them, and at the rate they're losing them, at the rate they're losing the life points, it's going very, very quickly. Sorry, it's going very, very slowly. Again, we're up to turn 14, and neither player really has a massive advantage. There's Wolf Axe Wielder. Although, if Bonz hasn't got anything strong defensively, Tristan is very quickly going to overwhelm him and pick up this match. There's Temple of Skulls. Wolf Axe Wielder was one of the deck leaders in the starter decks on Yugioh Duelist of the Roses. And there goes Corroding Shark. Corroding Shark. If you fuse on Forbidden Memories a weak zombie and a weak fish, you get Corroding Shark as a result. As long as that zombie or that fish isn't above 1100. Ooh, Monster Reborn. Very, very nice. What does Bonz choose to bring back? He brings back Gadget Soldier. 1800 attack. Can't defeat Garuzis, but he can defeat Wolf Axe Wielder. And that will at least keep Tristan to one card on the field, which, unknowingly to Bonz, Tristan has Sengenjin in his hand just waiting to come out as well. He chooses to set Science Soldier. He goes for an attack with Garuzis. He goes for that face down, and it is a Wood Remains. And turn, and we flip back to Bonz. This match, again, it could go either way. We're up to turn 17 already. And there is no clear-cut winner on this one. Ooh, Gadget Soldier has been tributed for Pumpkin, the King of Ghosts. They are exactly the same attack and defense. Pumpkin, the King of Ghosts, does have an effect, but I don't know if that was really necessary. I guess it does get Pumpkin, the King of Ghosts, out of Bonz's hand, so he doesn't get stuck with it. Or maybe he just wanted his Pumpkin on the field just to compliment himself if he was playing the anime and get rid of Gadget Soldier instead. Still, again, neither player having an advantage here. Tristan's just picked up a Trap Hole. And he's content just to keep these monsters off of... Oh, Crass Clown. So if that went from defense to attack mode, that would have sent Garuzis back to Tristan's hand. So it was worth a risk for Bonz to play it there, just in case Tristan chose not to attack for whatever reason, but... Okay, there's Millennium Shield. What does Tristan do here? Does he go for... Oh, I thought he was going for an attack then, but he isn't. What do you go for here if you're Tristan? Do you get your Millennium Shield to the field as a defensive option, but lose your attack? There's a block attack. But Tristan can't do anything, and Bonz can't do anything. They're both content to just keep drawing cards here. At least they're flipping through their turns pretty quick. Like they're thinking during their opponent's turn. There's a Beast Fangs, which again can't be equipped to a Beast Warrior. Legendary Sword can only be equipped to Warrior. Beast Fangs can only be equipped to a Beast. Garuzi's is half of each, a Beast Warrior. And Bonz has elected to set a spell card, probably to try to intimidate Tristan, thinking that he may have another trap card on the field. Alright, there's Diankedo for Tristan. That's almost going to put their life points neck and neck again. We probably won't be seeing duels go for this long during the Battle City tournaments, because the Battle City decks, they hit much harder. These Duelist Kingdom ones, they're a little bit more... I mean, Battle City is still very tactical, but Duelist Kingdom has that tactic of, what do I have to play here to block my opponent from being able to attack me, and how long can I hold them off for? Battle City is going to be a bit more hard and fast hitting. But these two duelists, their decks are almost completely equal. Neither player really has that. Neither player has any advantage. Oh, Super Warline has just been pulled. And Super Warline Ritual, or Warline Ritual, has just been activated. So now Tristan may have this. And he is elected to tribute Sengenjin. Sengenjin is a 7-star. Super Warline is a 7-star, and Beast Fangs can be equipped to it, so it's now 2600. And that could very much be the difference in the duels. So now Super Warline is going to be able to get rid of Pumpkin, the King of Ghosts. Dark Assailant has just been destroyed. And this could be it, unless Bonz has... Unless he has something, this will be it. Tristan will pick the match up in 2 games. Straight sets. Bonz, he had 7 cards in his hand. He's gone with a face down spell or trap and a face down defense. M Warrior 2. Ooh, there's Skull Lair. And Bonz has lost a lot of monsters. The screen's just sitting. He was probably looking in his graveyard. There's 4, there's 5, there's 6, and there is 7. Alright, Super Warline is destroyed with the effect of Skull Lair. Now Bonz here, I mean Tristan has to be careful if he progressively continues to send Bonz's monsters to the graveyard like this. Tristan will leave himself vulnerable to be getting hit by Skull Lair. However, Tristan has to attack because he doesn't want Bonz building up monsters on the field. So Skull Lair's a very, very tricky card for this era of Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's being played, I'd say to perfection, but almost to perfection, because in the last duel, Bonz accidentally destroyed his own monster with it, but it didn't make an impact on the result of the duel. Now, Snakehair was just played, and Trap Hole has been activated from Tristan. So Snakehair is down to the graveyard, and Bonz has activated Skull Lair's effect again, and he will remove 5 more cards, 5 more monsters from his graveyard from play. All Bonz needs right now is Grave Robber's Retribution. And with that card, you can direct damage to your opponent's life points each of their standby phase for every monster removed from play. I can't remember if I actually put that in Bonz's deck or not. I'm pretty sure I did. I'm almost like 90% sure I did, but Bonz has to draw it. If he can draw that card, he can use the effect of Grave Robber's Retribution and Skull Lair together. Grave Robber's Retribution is another card which I also own, and it was one of the first cards I ever pulled from booster packs all the way back in, like, you know, 2002, 2003, when all of these cards were coming out. There's M Warrior number 1, which is played, and yeah, Tristan might as well go with that legendary sword as well. 1300 attack, not the strongest in the world, but it's enough to get past Duku the Grim Reaper with its 1200 defense. And Tristan, I'd say that Tristan definitely has the advantage, simply because Millennium Shield is on the field. Bonz is going to have a tough time getting through Millennium. Oh, Revival of Takuru Rider. Bonz is going to get... No! No! I thought we were going to get to see Takuru Rider. I mean, it's not even that strong. It's like 1950 or something. Or 1900. 1900 or 1950. I think it's 1950. That's how, like, it's not a very strong monster, but I wanted to see Takuru Rider. He looks cool. And you don't get to see him very... Ooh, there's Swamp Battle Guard. Oh, damn. Tristan played his legendary sword. He could have put that onto Swamp Battle Guard and made it 2100, but... Oh, well. 1800 points from Swamp Battle Guard will get rid of most of Bonz's defenses, and he has to change something quickly here. He did lose. Oh no, he didn't. The actual Takuru Rider monster himself, the ritual monster, would still be in Bonz's hand. It's not even in the graveyard. So Bonz didn't even get to like sacrifice a monster with the effect. Tristan's drawn Battle Steer. Ooh, is he? And he's elected to tribute Millennium Shield. That is a very big risk, but he does have the attacking advantage now, and Bonz might not be able to hold this off for much longer, and we may see Tristan pick this one up in straight sets. Again, it's a 43 turn duel. The first one was 34. The second duel has been 43 turns. So we have seen back and forth struggles between these two. There is Stop Defense, and Bonz is just had Graveyard in the Hand of Invitation flipped up. Bonz also has Dark Hole. Sorry, Tristan. Tristan has Dark Hole sitting there waiting in case anything does go wrong. But it looks like this may be just about it. Bonz is running out of life points, and he's running out of options. Both players are running out of cards as well. It's been a long, long match. But these two decks are so even. It's been good fun watching this, because this is how I remember Yu-Gi-Oh being played. Long, tactical, cards that aren't brutally overpowered, that just let you special summon until you've basically used half your deck. It's one card at a time, chess match style dueling that we're getting right now. Bonz has flipped up a castle walls, basically just to... That's basically a way of saying that I have nothing left on the field. Here is what one of my Phase Town cards were. Bonz has nothing left, and Tristan has picked up the win. Well, it was a long match, but it was a good match. Very old school champagne chess match style Yu-Gi-Oh! And you see that as both of their scores at the end. How many turns they both had. They had 92 turns between them. Like, you add both their turn tally up together. 92 turns. Well, that is it for me. I'm going to start getting the Battle City game produced, and I'm just moving over to my screen here. First of all, let's pull up Duelist Kingdom's season. There it is. We have got Kyber and Pegasus in the next match, and that should be That should be a very, very fun match to watch. Creator versus Champion, just like it was in the Duelist Kingdom anime as well. Over in the Battle City Cup, which is almost at its conclusion. We've only got 3 games left before we can crown our winner. And I have got that on my browser here. We have got Arcana and Odeon to play, which is coming up about half hour after this video has come out. Who do you pick out of Arcana and Odeon? Out of seeing both of their decks, I would probably go... Oh, I would probably go Odeon, but Arcana has such a nasty deck as well. It's really anyone's match. Rex and Yugi should also be good as well. Do we see Yugi and Arcana in the final? Sort of like they had with their match in the anime. Well, we will find out very soon. I'm going to head off and get that produced. Thanks for tuning in, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe, take care, farewell.